line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Pottlez Racing League here live on PTM Racing TV. We are here at Myrtle Beach Speedway for another episode for the late model drivers here in Season 5 time. This is definitely going to be a hard-fought race through and through to the end. Let's see how this one plays out. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at our field of drivers here tonight. Starting on the pole, that will be the 7 is Cindy. The closer, Taylor. To her outside will be the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, in the 21. Row 2, we'll see the throttle Chantel Pottle in the number 5 to hit her outside. The 79 of Jesse Baker. Row 3, we're going to see Matthew Hopper, last week's feature winner in the Red Bull number 84 to his outside will be the 16 of Christopher No Shift. Don't ever call the man Pendle. Row 5, we'll see. We will look him on through with row 4, I should say, with Warren Young in the 11. His outside, Jeffrey Oakes in the 20 machine. Now, row 5 will be the 55 of Shane Ledoux. And his outside, the 30, Dustin Rouse. Shotgun on our field. Lance Brandlinger in the 3, and his outside, the pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy, having to start from the back after what, well, let's just say you can go back and watch the stream from last week. You'll see what we mean. But there was a little bit of controversy in that race. Hard race coming out, but unfortunately not going the way they were looking for. We get them on down around, guys. We're getting ready and situated out. Candace B. McCarthy's already joined us in. So has Kathleen and Kenneth Crawford and Kelly Crawford. It's good to have everybody on with us tonight. Matt Moniak saying, go Shane Ledoux. Great to have you on board here, bud. Hope you're going to enjoy this one. The last time we were here in Myrtle Beach, folks, we had ourselves a hard-fought battle to the end where nobody gave an inch and nobody gave up any chances to victory there, and it was definitely one of the best races we've seen all season long in those street stocks. So let's bring him on down around now. We'll get them situated out, bring him on by. The late models are out in full force. It's time to go racing here. Coming out of turn 4 here, waiting for the green flag to fly. 150 laps to the distance. We're off and running. Here they come down into turn 1. They'll bring him on down turn 2 here. This is where it's going to get tricky. They've got to be careful about that wide open area there. Chantel, the throttle Puddle already on the attack. Works the inside line there with Robert Kahn looking the outside. Cindy, the closer Taylor, off to a strong, steady start off the early going. The field works him on by. Jesse Baker gets him to the wall there out of turn 4. Manages to hold it up, but damage already done. That could start him up a little bit hard here. Through and through, they come out of turn 1, back out and in. Turn 2, they go. Through and through, they work him on by. Now we've got a battle for the second place spot as Chantel, the throttle Pottle, trying to take on that 21 of the Quaker State of 21 of Robert Kahn. Robert losing ground and momentum. Chantel makes the pass on by. But here comes last week's feature winner. The 84 there, Matthew Hofford, running it on through, making a huge charge to the lead. He was down there earlier today. I watched him practice, and I watched him get better at the stuff, and I'll tell you more about him and his practicing and also beating some of our other drivers here. We'll talk about it later, though, as Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pip Pendle, the 16 now makes some moves on through. Passing through the start here. Some drivers getting a little tight off the start or maybe backing off to let the car settle in a little bit. Not a bad strategy here, not a bad idea when you think about it here as they come on through. Cindy, the closer Taylor, has a huge start out there. Run! Chantel, the throttle ball getting right in there with Robert Kahn out of turn 4, though. Might have got a little tight there, overdrove it a little bit. As a 3 wide salute now must initiate. Jesse Baker got in the middle of that sandwich. He got out of it. Stays on the throttle, though. They bring him on back on in. Now everybody in the field kind of closing in the gap. Kayla McCarthy in the 24 starting to pull back from the outhouse and move her way to the White House. Last time she was here, oh man, did she have a battle and a half there when she dealt with Jonathan Atkins. Big Smoke, though, managing to hold out and take the win away from her, giving her the advantage and giving her the champ, giving her less fortunate ways. And Atkins almost coming so close to being a champion that season. He really wanted it more than anything. As they work him on through here, Jesse Baker now trying to make some moving ground. But he spins it on right out of turn 2. Big trouble there for him and Chantel. Caution must come out. Caution's coming out. Caution is out, and that was definitely some good racing to start here. Let's go back to the PTM Instant Replay and show you more about what happened here. We'll talk about this one as it goes by, but let's see right here. Here, look at it. You can see right here, Jesse Baker kind of taking the inside line. Gets onto the curve there, a little loose there. And Chantel, I don't know if she tapped him there or not, but unfortunately did get her a little loose, and the motor was already gone at that point. A tough break there for her, but it looks like she'll be able to work it on through there. Get situated out to get it back underway. As the rest of our field works on in, getting situated down again. Danny DeWitt has joined us on A, rooting on for Kayla. Well, right now, the Pride of Texas, my friend, is currently up in the top half area. She's actually right in the 7th spot, looking to close the gap here on some of these guys. So as they work them on in, they're off the start. It will be Cindy the Closer Taylor, your race leader. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by Matt Mills Racing Team. The best Xfinity team out there is sponsoring and supporting Pedal to the Metal Racing League this season. If you want to support Matt Mills Racing today, make sure to follow them up at Matt Mills Racing on Facebook and Twitter. By Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. Ever find yourself needed a little bit of heating and cooling units to be fixed in Keller or Richland, Texas? Step on over to Mid-Cities Heating and Cooling for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By Affordable SEO and Marketing. With services provided like web design, pay-per-click advertising, logo design, business cards, shirts, hats, pins, candy, and more, it's time you outrank your competition online today. And by Amber's Floral Creations. If ever find yourself looking for some special flowers for that special someone, be sure to visit and call up Amber's Floral Creations at 321-228-3135. As our field works them on in now, we'll get them situated out here and bring him back on in and hopefully get this one figured out. 10 laps so far in out of the 150, at least before we went to caution. Cindy, the Closer Taylor, man, there's one thing that I have been shocked about this entire time she's been with us is that she has never won on the Pedal to the Metal Racing League circuit. But let me tell you somebody who has now fixed that up, and that's the 84 of the Matthew Hopper in the Red Bull Chevrolet. This man right here, I don't know how he did it, but he managed to not only get his first career win on the dirt at USA International Speedway just a couple of weeks ago, but he also finally last week broke the curse that he called it and won in the late models with his very first win coming at Charlotte Moore Speedway, and probably one of the most insane finishes we've seen in a while. Managing to pull that one out, and then while he was at it, he ended up pulling a season championship out of the hat. He ended up beating me by 1 point on the dirt series. So again, congratulations to you, buddy. Hopefully see more of that later. As the green flag flies off the start, we're back underway. On through and through they go. Turn 1 now. Hoffer trying to get an outside line run there, but the 16 at Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pip Mendel. And the Autism Speaks machine going back on around, trying to defend off that 84 of Hoffer. The Red Bull machine is in trouble as Pendle works it on the inside line. He's got a run and a seam going. He's looking to catch up there to Cindy Taylor and that number 7 machine working them on by. They battle it on around. Neither driver seeming to give an inch here, neither one seeming to quit. Through and through they go here, out around turn 3, back on turn 4 here. Here comes the Pride of Texas, Caleb McCarthy. Oh, trouble there for McCarthy. McCarthy gets a little bit sideways and pushed on in. I'm not sure where that started, but unfortunately spins him on around and causing a huge trouble there. Let's go to the replay. Take a look at this one here. I'm not sure what happened there, though. That looked like it could have gone either way. See Jeffrey Oaks kind of ballot on in, takes the inside line. I want to see if maybe he tags her here. McCarthy's trying to battle there with Warren, and looks like Oaksy just kind of tapped on in there, and Chantel getting a little spin there, as well as the 79 Jesse Baker. We'll go on board here with Jesse Baker and show you what he saw when that happened there. Show you a little clip of like what it's like when you see all this stuff happen right in front of you. Here you go. You can hear how hard they have to back off on that throttle and kind of get situated out. And you can see McCarthy and Rainlinger getting in there and has to get off the throttle and get out of the way before trouble really starts brewing. But they'll bring him on around, and a fresh set of tires coming their way for some drivers. They only are allowed about 3 instant repairs, so they can't use them up too quick. And they're only allowed 5 sets of tires, so we'll see how that plays out for them, but let's get back to it here in just a little bit. Tonight's race also sponsored in part by our good friends over at Bob's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies is supplying up the trophies for the winners of each season. If you're looking to get the best hardware set up your way, visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today. Or maybe you're looking for a special gift or decoration for your friend or loved one out there. There ain't no better way than to go to bobscustomtrophies.com. And if you're wondering what we're talking about hardware-wise, that is the hardware they will be showcasing to the race winner at the end of the season. I'll tell you right now, I'm still jealous I can't get anything like that. I would love to have something like that. But nevertheless, the BobsCustomTrophies.com is supporting up and supplying up the trophies for the race winner this season in each series by SimRacingMerch.com. The one-stop shop for all your sim racing merchandise needs, including shirts, hats, mugs, and more. Be sure to visit SimRacingMerch.com today and get your sim racing swag on. And by Pottlez Wrapz. Pottlez Wrapz, looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track? Then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. At such a low and affordable price, you can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. And also our good friends over at Maconi Setup Shop. For just $5, you can have the fastest and best car to be on the track anytime and any place. Find your right setup for you, your track and car. Be sure to visit Maconi Setup Shop to learn more all about it. So as they bring him on around here, looks like this next time by will be the one to go here. I was talking with these guys and gals earlier today, and they told me, yeah, this track's kind of tight, the way the setup feels and everything. We've been trying to get it situated more to be a little more on point to what we like, but, you know, Myrtle Beach is no joke. It's hard to really master this track when the track doesn't really want to burn in with you and really stay to the way you like. So, but, you know, that's kind of the major thing there, is that there's a lot of ways to run this track, but there's also a lot of ways to get in trouble on this track. And we're seeing kind of the best of both worlds right now at the start. As our field works them on in here, we're going to get them lined up, ready to go here yet again. Slowly but surely, they come on in. Josh Brantlinger has joined us on in. Good to have you on in, buddy. And on around out of turn 4. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Through and through. Turn 1. Deltel Artail here. The 7 of Cindy Taylor trying to hold out that 16 of Christopher No Shift. Don't call him Pit Pendle. The outside line looks like maybe there's a run there. Coming on in. Pendle to the outside. Works him on by. Tries desperately to make a pass early. Can't quite get it to stick here as they work him on around out of turn 4 there. Up on the high side. These guys are going to have to start backing off a little bit. Let the car kind of settle in there on that corner, I feel. And turn 1 and 2 is no different here as they burn him on through. Whoa! Contact David and Jeffrey Oaks in the 3-wide salute. Initiates between him and Chantel the Throttle Pottle. And that's Jetsley 9 to Sony Baker. Oh! Oh man, not going the way they want to here. Not seeing where they need to be here. Let's go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out more about this here. Some crazy runs to say the least here, unfortunately, but right now they're having some hard moments out there to get by with this one. You can see right out of turn 2 already, they were kind of in trouble there. Oaksy trying to hold off. I think he gets a little too close to the wall there, ends up tagging Chantel, and that pretty much says it all right there, unfortunately. Holy smokes. Well, they'll bring him on around here and get situated out again. See how this one works on by here. So as I continue them on around here, guys, get them situated out. See how this one plays on in, but real quick, we're going to be right back with another commercial break from our boys over at Maconi Setup Shop.
At Maconi Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.MaconiSetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Maconi Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
All right, they'll bring him on down around here this time by, and looks like we're staying 1 to go still. Looks like they have decided that we're not quite lined up just the way we want yet, but Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pit Pendle, will have the advantage off this next start. Taking it away there from Sidney Taylor. He has yet to win in the late models, has Pendle. He's battled hard, he's come close, but unfortunately hasn't really had that golden opportunity yet. He told me earlier today, man, I'm looking to change that tonight. Warren Young in the 11. You want to talk about a guy that also just wants to finally change that up as well and really end that. Oh man, this guy right here, man, he wants to take this one home and win this one. He said to me earlier, I've been fighting, I've been battling. I haven't had a win since I came over to iRacing. I've had some heat wins and I love those, but I have never won a championship with pedal to metal, and I've never won an iRacing race yet, so I need to change that sooner or later. Well, if he's going to do it, I don't think there's a better time to do it tonight. As our field works him on in, everybody getting situated out here. Jeffrey Oaks having some troubles there, getting lined back up. He's back out on the track here, though. So that was why our caution was still out. We had a few drivers that were not ready to go yet, not quite there. But I believe this next time around, we will be back underway here, folks. Also, for everyone at home, if you're curious, we do have 2 broadcasts after this. One on my end here on Facebook, and then another from our boy over on YouTube land at PTM Racing TV. Go over and subscribe there to catch that while you watch this one over here as well. We'll be running on the Dirt Series tonight with Blood Eagle Racing Series as they're heading over to Lima Land Motorsports Park. And I'll tell you one thing, I love calling that track because that's a place you can throw a lot of haymakers at and see some incredible racing. But of course, we always have some trucks. We always have our Green Mountain Grills Fast and Fun Truck Series to be showcased here. And if you liked what you see with the Fast and Fun Cup Series, you'll love what you see with those truck series as well. They've been doing some pretty good stuff over there. So it looks like now we are situated out here and ready to go. So as they bring him on around out of turn 3, or turn 1 and turn 2. Once Oaks is back up on the lead lap, he will be clear to run this next run. He will have to start in the back though, because he did call the caution. Cause the caution, I should say. So as they bring him on around and out again. We'll see how this one plays out here and how this one comes on by, but a lot of racing to be had here and a lot of stuff to go down, and we're still not quite ready to go yet. Ooh, Oaksy getting right up in the wall there. That's a tight track to kind of work around there, I know that, but you gotta be careful about doing that stuff. And Oaksy going back in pit road. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm sure the crew chief is telling him one thing and he's trying to figure out another, or what is going down. But right now, they're working them on around again, and I'm still not sure if this will be our one to go this time by. Those that are still tuned on in with us here, I mean, if you guys haven't already, or you're just watching for the first time, be sure to like and follow us up here on Facebook, and then of course go over to YouTube and subscribe there. The Twitter, follow us there as well. Use the hashtag PTM Racing TV, so that way everyone knows at home you are here with us and ready to go. Looks like Jesse Baker did not have his lap back as well, so he's going to get that around. A lot of left slip to be had here, a lot of racing to go. Of course, we're still getting situated out here, guys. I know it's kind of hard to really figure out what's going on, but I'll tell you this right now. When you're running a league and you're trying to run through this stuff as well, there is a lot that goes down, not just from the driver's perspective, but also on the race control perspective. And these race officials are desperately trying to get everybody in line, get everyone situated out, and make sure everything is in the right spot and the right place, so that it's a clean and fair race all the way through, and that there are no more troubles. We've seen it here before where it's not just one league, it's multiple leagues out there that, you know, they'll have a little trouble off the start for a while, they'll get things situated out, then all of a sudden more problems arise, and then finally we get it ready to go here. But again, this is nothing out of the ordinary. This is something all folks have to deal with, race control especially. But they've got everybody ready to go here. They've got it situated out, and now it looks like we're going to get them back underway here. The stars and the cars will bring them to life this time by out of turn 4. Pace truck's off. It is time to go racing here. Through and through they go out of turn 4. Green flag flies. Back underway we go. On down around yet again. Christopher, no shift. Don't call him Pit Pendle. Off to an extremely strong start out of turn 2. He's already on it. Bows it on back. There goes the 11 there. Warren Young now taking a little page out of the book of Cindy Taylor, the closer. Making a pass on around there as Matthew Hoffert to the inside line. He goes in that Red Bull 84 now. We bring him on around down turn 1, back on into turn 2 they go. Everybody situated out here, kind of laying low on this one. Sets it up down. Lance Brandlinger in that 3. Goodwren's machine trying desperately to fight back here and get some momentum built on. Shane Ledoux in the 55 gets a little tag there on Taylor. The closer gets a nice little bump, and here comes the pride of Texas. Caleb McCarthy in that 24 machine desperately trying to make a move around Ledoux and Brandlinger, looking for the daily double. Spencer Mayer has joined us on in here. It's good to have you on aboard, bud. As they come on around out of turn 4, here's Lance Brandlinger. That 3 machine tags a little bit from McCarthy. McCarthy trying to battle it on in, trying to make a move. Couldn't quite get it cleared there. Brandlinger desperately trying to hang with this one here as they bring him on the back straightaway. Matthew Hopper, the 84, now does it on in as well to the turn 3. They go on through turn 4, 11 of Warren Young. Now hard charging his way through here. Starting to showcase what he's capable of and looking to get up there with Christopher No Shift. Don't call him Pit Pendle. You can hear him down, kind of down lifting off that. And as they get out of the turn, they lift hard out. They can't just burp the throttle and turn it in. They have to get it set up straight and then turn it in just right to get that car to work on in. This track being so turn and curve section, it can be hard to really master that. But you can see them doing a pretty good job of that right now. As Matthew Harper, the 84, still trying to hold off that closer of Cindy Taylor in the Ghostbusters machine. While the 11 of Warren Young still works him on through as well. Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pit Pendle. He's got himself a nice run and a half going here. He's got a good lead and a good run. But how long is that going to be on a fuel run? And how long is that going to be on the strategy of playing in for a long run setup? It's very difficult when you don't know how to get that car to stay stabilized. But right now he's done a pretty good job of that. As now Matthew Hopper in that 84 now brings it on through. Side by side they go. Warren gets into the wall a little bit. Car tightened up and he ended up having to get out of the throttle there. That's the one thing you got to worry about with those long runs, is you can't overdrive those corners, and that's exactly what happened there. That opens the door up there. Oh, and Shane Ledoux getting right in there with the 11 of Warren Young, and unfortunately causes the caution to come on out. Let's take a look at this one here. Holy smokes. That was definitely not what you wanted to see in the Warren Young camp. Another look at it here. Let's see if maybe Shane Ledoux rose up a little bit. Looks like he just kind of got up there and kind of burned it in, and unfortunately he got right in the 11 of Warren Young, and Young had nowhere to go. Calling for the caution. Damage there on Shane Ledoux, and right now, I mean, this is most cautions we've seen in quite a while here. Which is crazy to think. You'd think by now, you thought by now these guys had the cars figured out and situated out, but you know, remember, they are running on Myrtle Beach. This is a very unique track, and those setups can be tight. They can be very tricky to master with, so it's really all about patience and timing here. So they'll bring him on through here. Cindy looks like she's getting some tires there. Looks like everybody else going to get some tires. Chantel getting a little bit too hard out of there. She couldn't quite get it in pit row the way she'd like to. Rest of the field works them on in. Pendo will come on out first, and that will give him the advantage. Keith Taylor has joined us on in tonight. He's saying, "Love you, Cindy. Go the closer. Let's go. Let's get it done." It's good to have you on board here, Keith. Hope you're doing okay out there, bud. Get him situated out here out of turn 2 here. Everybody's still rocking and rolling. Robert Kahn now will be up in the second slot with Jesse Baker in the 79. A couple of weeks ago at Thompson Speedway, Jesse Baker was so close to finally getting his first win of the season and his first win of his career. But unfortunately, ended up getting kind of tagged in there a little bit of some runs, and it cost him dearly. But he definitely knows he can still fight hard, and he still has a good chance to be a champion here. He just needs to get things situated out a little bit better and let the car kind of do its own thing. And he said to me earlier, that's exactly what I'm going to do. We all know this man can win. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. I don't know how many times I've had to deal with him on and off the track. Just an absolute talent and a half to deal with. And thank you again, Keith Taylor, for the compliment there, buddy. Hope you're doing all right, and hopefully you come back out next time, buddy. So it's Christopher No Shift. Don't call him Pip Pendle at 16. Will be in the running in the hunt here. Jeffrey Oaks will move up into the third slot. And then Cindy, the closer, Taylor, will back up into the row 3 area, so she will have to deal with Matthew Hopford. Warren Young trying desperately to get around here. Trying to get lined back up into position here. You can see him trying to work it on through those corners. Field brings them on in. I think we're going to get them lined up this time by. Everyone looks like they are going to go ready to go this time around. And that appears to be the case. They come on through here at turn 4. That's underway again. On around we go here. Jesse Baker in the 79, off to a hot start. Oaksy onto the turtles there, so did Hofford. A little trouble in the back there. And around, oh! Jeffrey Oaks getting right in there with Christopher No Shift. Don't call it Pip Pendle. And a big wreck ensues. Calls for the caution. Oh my goodness, folks. That was a hard lick and a half here. Let's take a look at the replay here. Now, I want to see something. Did he get into the wall there going out for turn 3? From my perspective, looks like he did and ended up getting into Pendle there, which caused the mayhem in the back right to stir on in. So let's go ahead and take a look from another perspective here. Let's go ahead and watch this perspective here of Matthew Hopford here from the cockpit view and see what we saw here on this one. So here is the restart. Take a close look at this one, guys, and watch how this one plays on in. So this is the restart here. You can see Hopford, he's already trying to work him on in, trying to get something figured out. Goes in, kind of tags the bump there, so does he and Oaksy. Now, does Oaksy get too close to the wall off that corner? He did indeed. He got a little hard there, stirred it in, and then kind of tapped him on by, and unfortunately there went the motor, and he was already in trouble there. The car just couldn't handle it no more. A tough break, and not exactly what I was expecting here from the late model drivers, but Myrtle Beach right now, man, is getting the better of these guys. So as they bring him on around yet again, hopefully we can get this one fixed up and situated out here for a nice run to the end. The one to go has initiated, although I know they are probably going to let some of the drivers there in pit road get a chance here. They're going to keep the race officials up and aware here. I'll bring him on around and get him one more time by. Hopefully we can get this one fixed up and situated out. It's been a long, hard-fought road for these drivers, and they are definitely battling for everything they got, but it's definitely pushing them back more and more by the minute. We're 1/3 of the way here, folks, and a lot of laps left in this one here. Not a lot of time to lose and the time to gain, but all the time in the world to gain, if you will. So as I bring him on around here, I get him on by and around. On turn one here. So as they continue to go by and around, it's time to put the pedal to the metal once again. They come on through out of turn four. Jesse Baker damage on the right side of that car. Fender might be bent in a little bit. We'll see if that comes back to affect him later. Off the restart, we're back underway. Here we go. Baker holding on to his position, running it hard here. Robert Kahn, the rattlesnake, trying to desperately get it by there in the inside line. He wants it around Jesse. Jesse opens up the inside a little bit. That position's going to cost him dearly here. He brings it on through here. Robert, the rattlesnake, on, makes his ass on by as Chantel, the throttle bottle, battles it in with Cindy Taylor in the 7. The closer doing battle with the throttle. How many times have we said that here on the show before? These ladies are absolutely hard to take on and defeat, and they'll battle you to the end of your days as they come on around out of turn 3, back on turn 4 there. They switch them on by. They are still at odds with one another. Robert the rattlesnake on those in trouble, being passed on by a little bit here. Straight it on through here down the center. They go here. Robert bobbles. Meanwhile, right behind him, here comes Warren Young in the 11 and the Pride. It's Exis McCarthy. Kayla McCarthy now builds up momentum. She had troubles earlier, now not seeming to have them as much anymore. Warren Young and her side by side. They take it in out of turn 1. Back through they go. Turn 2. Looks like they'll be Warren Young falling victim to the Pride. It's Exis's attack. Jesse Baker, that 79, is not let up yet. Hasn't given up anything there. He's still trying to hold on dearly to this one. Warren now a little loose there. Comes up into the wall. Caution is out. Caution is out. Trouble there for, looks like, the 55 of Shane Ledoux, Jeffrey Oakes in the 20-inch, Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Let's go to the replay and find out more about this one. Alright, here's the PTM Instant Replay. Let's take a look at this here. They'll come on around out of turn 1, and let's see. Looks like Jeffrey Oakes just getting a little hard on the throttle and got a little too aggressive and ended up tagging Hofford, and Shane Ledoux kind of getting involved in that one too, unfortunately. Gonna look at it from another angle here. We'll see what happened exactly here. Another angle, another choice of view. See right there, Oakes, he just kind of gets in there, and Ledoux trying to get out of the way, unfortunately tags the 84 there of Hoffer, I should say. And he's got to go back in pit side and get situated out. A lot of runs and a lot of ground here, a lot of battles to be sure. There has been a lot of time for these drivers to get things figured out, get things taken care of, but unfortunately, Myrtle Beach is not one you can just exactly fall for and beat up like that. It will take you to your core and beat you down to its limits. This lost but not forgotten track has always been a key part in racing for everyone around the United States. And tonight, you know, these late model drivers having some of the best from the United States and Canada running out there, of course. I think we got a few Europeans out there as well. There, I think we've seen a lot of them here before here on PTM Racing TV, and it's always good to have them on board. But right now, as they get situated out here, coming around out at turn 4 there, I believe we will initiate a 1 to go this time by. And it looks like everybody is lined up and ready, so nope, not yet. It looks like the 55 of Shane Ledoux needing to get it back around. So now it looks like this next time we will go green flag racing here. So as I continue on around, we're just at the halfway point here. A lot of laps to be had, of course, and a lot of racing to be had here, but you know, there is no quitting these drivers, and there is no give for sure, and they will give it everything they've got if it means being able to come out on top. So we'll see how we'll see how this one plays out as they re-rack, restack, and all that here. Ready to get it back on up and get on the attack. They'll see this one come through yet again. We'll be at the halfway point here in just a few laps. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're still live here with Pedal to Metal Racing League's late models. It's time to go green flag racing yet again. At turn 4 they go. Here they'll bring him on around, and this time by, let's fire him away. Green flag flies. Off the line, through the chicane, down turn 1. Jesse Baker, the early attack here, trying to build up the momentum in the run there. The inside line now trying to hold off Robert Kahn. Robert now bolts it up to the outside line, working for a pass. Here comes Chantel, the throttle bottle, the inside line now as the 5 bolts on through. Looking for a little run there. Contact made there between him and Robert Kahn. And a 3 wide salute right behind. Matthew Hufford sneaks it by Dustin Rouse in the 30 and managing to hold that one out. A little bit of contact made there from McCarthy there. Not quite going to be that way he's whirring on through. Chantel now to the inside line there of Jesse Baker looking for a pass on by. Turn 4 tells our tale. Jesse Baker is desperately trying to hold off 2 drivers here, that being Robert and Chantel. Chantel the inside line gets a nice rotation there and swings it by. What a run there out of turn 2. Robert Kahn, though, not far behind, bows it back on in with Kayla LaPrada. Texas McCarthy looking to get a move here on a run. Whoa, contact made there between the 5 and the 79. Hard racing to be sure. 3 wide salute for the race lead. Robert Kahn snuck it in there and takes that one away. Hard battling, hard racing to be had here. I think the damage on that 79 starting to take its toll on there as they work him on through here. He's not giving up, though. He's still fighting. He's still battling and huffing and buffing. McCarthy now looking to get a run there as well, and that's 24. Another 3 wide salute initiated there as Christopher No Shift, don't call him, Pip Pendle battled it on through. The 7 is Cindy, the closer. Taylor looking for a run here. They battle him on in, tighten him up a little bit. Everybody getting a little hard on their gas and hard on the throttle. They're still holding on for what they can here to get this one by. As the 79 and Jesse Baker losing ground and momentum. He gets into the wall there, slows up some drivers. McCarthy is one of them. They bring him on through, down turn 3, back out in turn 4 they go yet again. Now Christopher No Shift, don't call him, Pip Endel moving up to the throttle. He passes the throttle. Chantel Bottle on the inside line. Both drivers kind of doing their own thing, trying to hold on to this one. Christopher No Shift, don't call him, Pip Endel still battling it on through pretty well as a closer. Cindy Taylor in the 7 works it on by for another good run. Coming on around out of turn 4 here, they belted him on through. Lance Brandlinger in that 3 machine looking for a nice little push and run here as Jesse Baker in that 79 machine still tries to battle it on by. Neither driver wanting to quit, neither one wanting to give. A little bobble there yet again. You got to be careful with those corners there. One's a turtle and one's a wall. I'd rather not figure out which one I want to fall. They bring him on back. Turn 1, back out on turn 2, and Chantel a little looser, gets up on the high side. Tar seems to be tightening up quite a bit there. Not what you want to see there. Through and through they go here out of turn 3, back on in turn 4 here. That's that 89. Jesse Baker still works them on through. Nice little pass there by Brant's Brantlinger in the 3. Getting some momentum to carry on through here. We're reached the halfway point now. No time to lose, no time to give up. It's time to start battling even more here as they bring him on through. The 3 of Lance Brantlinger and the good wrench, number 3 machine, Trail Earnhardt Tribute. Desperately trying to get around that 79 of Jesse Baker, but Baker is not one to give him any room here. Some drivers going up to the high side, some going to the inside line, and now it looks like Cindy, the closer, looking to build it on in. She had not the best start off the first part, but now that second part looks like she's starting to get it figured out here. Robert the Rattlesnake Kondo ahead by a good margin of error. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes here, he's got a good position there on Pendle, but Cindy Taylor still trying to make a move here to the inside. Pendle gives up spot and gives up room. Cindy will move it on in, make a pass on by. Smart strategy and smart thinking on her end there, and a good run to say the least there. Nice work there from the closer. And right behind her, the rest of our females are working on by. Here comes the pride of Texas, McCarthy. Kayla McCarthy in the 24. Looking for a big run here on the later half of this race. Robert Kahn, though, has got a sizable distance over the race leaders right now. He's going to look to try to continue that in those corners and in those turns there. He seems to have a much better cornering off of turn 1 and 2 than anyone else does at the moment. But again, how much does he burn those tires in? Because we've known before is that if you overdrive those corners and tires in a bit, it'll cost you dearly here. Through and on out they go here. Jesse Baker in that 79 battles it on in with the lay of Lance Brandlinger. The 3 is trying to hold off that go 79 machine. But Jesse Baker is not one to quit, not one to give anything here. Through, coming on around. Now Brandlinger aggressively on the attack there on Chantel, the throttle. The inside line seems to go to Brandlinger. Chantel has to give up that line, and Brandlinger will bring it into the inside line, builds up momentum. Whoa, contact made there on the 5, and Jesse Baker gets way into the wall there. Hard on an attack, a 3 wide salute initiated there for all the wrong reasons. Ledoux makes the pass on by there, but a huge hit there as they come down through. Best Jesse Baker kind of getting tagged in there a little bit. Back on around we go. Here they continue on by. So through and through we go here. Cindy, the closer, Taylor, desperately trying to build up momentum and get a little bit of a run. She's got her brother Keith watching on from the sidelines tonight, usually racing with her out there, but tonight not the case. The 16 of Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pip Pendle, still desperately trying to build momentum on around, getting some run going here as the 24 of Kayla, the pride of Texas McCarthy, still kind of in the low end here, trying to build up. On around we go here at turn 1, back on in turn 2 they go. Neither driver wanting to quit, neither one wanting to give up any position here. Through and through, turn 3, back on in turn 4, they hit it. Back on about, they go on around, and they are still at it here. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan still doing his own thing, kind of building on around, back on the throttle. He's just absolutely making a mockery of this track right now. He's got fresh air in front of him. He's got a good line to the pocket and a good line to his run. Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pit Mendel, starting to get a little aggressive there. You saw him really turn that wheel in. Wasn't quite doing what he wanted there, and Kayla McCarthy is going to make him pay for that. The ladies are on the attack on the gentlemen here. 63 laps left to go here in this one. There is not a lot of time to mess up. There's not a lot of time to make mistakes here. On around we go here at turn 4 here yet again. Shane Ledoux damage up on that right side there as the 11 of Warren Young battles it on by. On through and through they go here at turn 2 there. They work them on by a little bit more. Each driver still doing their own thing. Each one still battling for a position, jockeying for the run. Lance Brandlinger in the 3 trying to hold off last week's feature winner in the 84 of Matthew Hoffert, the Red Bull machine. Let's go on board here with Hoffert. You can hear that throttle kind of downshifting in and how he's trying to turn it in and corner it off there. It's not easy to do, but he's doing a pretty good job kind of hanging on to that position and dealing with what he can. You'll hear them really downshift though and really lay off that throttle as they go into turn 1s and 2, and you can see it right there as Hoffert makes a nice move in through here. Lance Brandlinger in the 3 in trouble of being passed on by here. Daily double in sight here for Hoffert and Chantel. Through and through they go here on the front straightaway here. Back on by they go. A little bobble there from Hoffert. Goes right into the wall. Opens the door up there for Chantel, and all that running momentum he had. Guess lost it there, and Brandlinger now just kind of doing his own pace and own stuff here. Jesse Baker blows the motor, and he's out for the night. He's unfortunately not able to bring it back on out. A tough break there for the gentleman that was really running a good race and a good battle there, but couldn't quite get it cleared out. The 24, Caleb McCarthy, and trying to still hang with them here, trying to still get back up to the Cindy Taylor, the closer right now. He's got a nice distance and run here on him. As they continue on around, though, they go. Christopher No Shift, don't call him Bip Endel now battles the inside line there for McCarthy. McCarthy gonna try to pull the switcheroo here. Can't quite get a crossover though. It's not easy to do in these late models. I've seen the super lates do it, but the late models are a little more difficult because you don't quite have as much power. It's kind of let off out of the exit and then full throttle assaulted off that run. And right now you can see how much of a run there that Christopher No Shift, don't call him Pip Endel, has got going for him as Robert Kahn right now. Want to see what makes him so hard to beat right now? Here's a look at his run. So he'll bring it on into the inside line here, bring it on through out of turn 2 there. And really run a hard line there. It just has a nice steady stream. And this is exactly what you need to do to keep that car in bay and keep that car on the spot where you need to go. Or look at it here from another angle, if you will. See him working on turn 1. See him working that wheel, shifting it straight left. Out of turn 2 he goes and really runs that line in to the best of his favor. And Cindy, the closer Taylor in the Ghostbusters machine, still on it, man. She's not done yet. She's got a chance here if she can get it figured out here. On around we go here. Lance Brandlinger falling back in the pack here as Chantel, the throttle bottle, takes over the 5th spot. But Matthew Hoffert now bouncing on through here to the inside line, looking for a run here. We're on board here with Lance Brandlinger. You can see right here how hard they are trying to battle each other and how hard they're trying to stay in this one and hope for a break and a half here. 52 laps left to go in this though. This could get interesting. Offered that outside line, still trying to hold it on through as Chantel still keeps a good run there. Offered, man, though, he's not giving up. He's still fighting for this one. Damage on both drivers here, all 3 of them. But they're able to keep the momentum alive, and that's what's keeping them good to go. Brandlinger now the inside line there. Hoffert has to hold him off. Can he get him out of turn 2? Yes, he will. Brandlinger makes Hoffert pay for that one. And last week's feature winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway is not looking to the most favorable right now, but he's still giving it everything he can here. Cindy, the closer Taylor in the 7, still bounced through, still looking to gain ground. She's actually got a little bit more momentum carried through here on that 21 of Robert. They continue on through here. You can see Cindy still desperately trying to build up the momentum to get around. bring it on around. They go here. Still out of turn 2. They go. Come on through out of turn 2 here. Dustin Rouse in that 30 machine. We haven't talked much about him all season, but the Bomber 30 machine has always been kind of a key player when it comes to the Pedal to the Metal Racing League. He's been kind of a cornerstone. He's always been there, but he's just never really had that opportunity to get that first win in, get that chance at finally catching glory for the first time. But, you know, he's a good sport. He's a good driver as well. So, I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before you see that man somewhere in the hunt. And, of course, you can't say enough about the 11 of Warren Young. Warren, top guy, good guy as well. He always wants to battle hard and always wants to win, but you know, he is a really good guy on and off the track, so I ain't nothing but respect for him here. Same with Jeffrey Oaks and Hofford and a lot of these guys and gals, of course, obviously. Always good sports and good drivers, and always love talking with them and dealing with them on and off the track. But right now, as they bring it on through here, Oaks trying to build it up there with Hofford. Side by side they go here. On around they go here out of turn 2. They bring him on back on in. On around they go here. They will switch them on by and back out of turn 4 they go. Folks, remember also after this race, do not go anywhere, or if you want to stay on the Facebook side of things, we're going to the Dirt Series here at Lima Land Motor Speedway for the Blood Eagle Racing Series, and then of course we'll have ourselves a huge battle going on down in the Fast and Fun Truck Series on our YouTube exclusively. And they actually have just gone live right now, so if you guys want to, go check them out. The Veterans 150, the Veterans Day 150 is underway down there. Go check them out in Nashville. Or if you want to stay here and watch the rest of your guys and gals go at it here, while you're tuned in the right place here, Cindy Taylor still closing in on the gap here. Through and through they go here. On around they go here on the front straightaway here. They still are all at it here, still going for what they can here. Neither driver wanting to quit, but now lap traffic is going to start to become an issue here. More favorable to Robert. Through and through on the front straightaway, 37 laps to go in this one here. Not a lot of time and ground left to go here, but everyone still bows on in. Dustin Rouse in that 30 machine gets right in there as Robert Kahn gets a top and a half there. And then Quaker State to the bomber of Dustin. That 7 of Cindy, the closer Taylor, still bouncing on through here at turn 4. Looking to gain some ground up from that little error that Robert had there, but now she's got to find a way around Dustin. Dustin opens up the door to the inside. She's going to try to get it hard off that exit. She gets a good run, and now she's back on it. Through and through we go here. Kenneth Crawford has joined us on in, rooting on for the Rattlesnake himself. And Rodney Christensen always coming on out for some great racing. And Candace B. McCarthy still in here with us. It's good to have you all back with us again. Love talking with you guys and love having you around. Right now McCarthy currently in 4th, 5th. Right behind her is a 5 there. Chantel the Throttle Pottle. Hofford was gone in pit road, so he's a couple laps down at the moment. Looks like Dustin Rouse and Warren Young going in pit side as well here. Let's go on board here with the Pride of Texas. She had a little damage there on that right side. Kind of bent in a little bit, kind of from a damage hit earlier, unfortunately. But you can see her just working that wheel in and working that car to its fullest maximum here, just trying to hold on to what she can to get this one by. Now she's out to working on around there. The 11 of Warren Young gets it on through, but clears it. Nicely done. Still, though, the advantage to the top three. Pendle currently still in the back. Cindy, the closer, Taylor in second. And Robert, the rattlesnake Khan, has a nice sized lead here, still coming on through. Folks, won't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We got to cut to a quick commercial break with a promo word from our sponsors. Tonight's race sponsor, in part by, of course, our good friends over at Matt Mills Racing. The best Xfinity team out there is sponsoring and supporting Pedal the Metal Racing League this season. If you want to support Matt Mills Racing today, be sure to follow them up at Matt Mills Racing on Facebook and Twitter. At Mid-States Air Conditioning Heating. Ever find yourself in need of a little bit of heating and cooling units to be fixed in Keller, Richland, Texas? Stop on over to Mid-Cities Heating and Cooling for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By Affordable SEO and Marketing, with services provided like web design, pay-per-click advertising, logo design, business cards, shirts, hats, pins, candy, and more. It's time you outrank your competition online today. By Amber's Floral Creations. If you're looking for some special flowers for that special someone, be sure to visit and call up Amber's Floral Creations at 321-228-3135. By Cobb's Custom Trophies and Gifts. Bob's Custom Trophies is supplying up the trophies for the winners of each season. If you're looking for the best hardware or a special gift or decoration for a loved one or friend or family member, be sure to visit up www.bobscustomtrophies.com today. By simracingmerch.com, the one-stop shop for all your sim racing merchandise needs, including shirts, hats, mugs, and more. Be sure to visit simracingmerch.com today to get your sim racing swag on. By Pottlez Wrapz, looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track, then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. At such a low and affordable price, you can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. And by Maconi Setup Shop, for just $5, you can have the fastest, best car to beat on the track anytime and any place. To find the right setup for your track and car, be sure to visit up Maconi Setup Shop today. And as we get them back on around here, looks like there was a lead change there. Pit strategy and fuel run coming into the play there for the top five. Not so much. Work them on around here. Chantel, the throttle pile, has the race lead with Jeffrey Oaks falling behind here. Up into the wall goes Chantel. It looks like a little bit of drag there on the right side. Car is having some troubles turning in. Something has gone wrong there. You can hear it going into the wall more and more. I think she's just fighting it. Through we go here. Dustin Ralphs now the outside line there of Jeffrey Oaks. Oaksy trying to hold him off. Oaksy now goes the outside. Inside goes Ralphs. Ralphs looking for the run, looking for the cutoff. He gets it on the inside there, makes a pass on by. We've got 25 laps left in this one. Now here we go. The Rattlesnake versus the Closer. They will battle it on through here at a turn 4. Cindy the Closer, Taylor, and Robert the Rattlesnake on, desperately trying to make a move around. Robert gets the run there on the inside. They were from turn 3 and 4. Cindy gonna battle it back on through here, trying to get that run back to carry through. That battle now continues as Jeffrey Oaks in that second spot. The 20 passed on by there from the 21 of Robert Kahn. To the inside line goes Cindy the Closer, Taylor though. Cindy Taylor making a big jump ahead here, makes a nice pass on around. We've got 23 laps left in this one. Time is running out for our drivers. Time is starting to fade away. There's not a lot of leeway and give for these cars, and definitely I gotta think the fuel run is gonna start to come into effect here a little later. Through they go here. The 21 of Robert Kahn passes on by. Little loose goes the 5. She gets it situated out back on around. Jeffrey Oaks now has got a hard charge coming, looking to possibly take this one over just like he did at USA International Speedway last season. He outsmarted the field and actually outran everybody with that strategy in the fuel run and ended up giving him the race win. Will the same be done tonight? As you continue on around, Dustin Rouse at 30 still dealing with Cindy Taylor. The Closer makes a pass on by though. Situated on out we go here. Now the 24 of Kayla the Pride of Texas McCarthy leaning in as Shane Ledoux in the 55 currently in the third slot right now. doing everything he can to hold on by here, doing everything they got to work this one through. McCarthy with the pass to the inside out of turn 4, makes a nice jump around, will make it through and go on by for this one. Warren Young in the 11 still doing his own thing, still working it by, as well as the 20 and Jeffrey Oaks desperately trying to cling on to whatever he can with 20 laps left in this one. The tires are burnt, the car is destroyed. I gotta believe right now these guys are absolutely, and gals I should say, are absolutely hurting in those cars. They gotta be sorer than anything right now. They literally are going in so hard, I swear they're lifting like 25, 30 pounds worth each turn. So you gotta believe they didn't skip arm day today, that's for sure. Through and through here, Lance Brantlinger on the inside now, looking to build up momentum to catch up to the 5 of Chantel to make a pass to get his laps back. He needs 2 laps back in this case. Aggressively comes to the inside line now, works it on through. Chantel lets room, gives him a chance so that way he doesn't have any troubles here. To the inside line goes yet again. Lance Brandlinger gets passed on by there, and now the 11 of Warren Young looking for a run. Jeffrey Oaks now to the outside line. Warren Young makes a pass on by. Warren makes a nice jump into position here. 16 laps left in this one here. They are still at it here, still to the end. Nobody giving an inch here, nobody giving it any opportunities to mess up. Through and through we go here. All the drivers still battling on through and still battling back and forth here. 15 laps left. And now Jeffrey Oaks starting to squeeze the gap and close the gap there. Or is he? I think he's actually losing ground here. I thought he was closing the gap there. Looks like he might be losing a little more momentum than he thought here, as Warren Young in the 11 and the 24 of Kayla McCarthy still doing their own thing, still battling on through, still doing what they can. On around out of turn 1, back down in turn 2 there. Still through and through they go here. McCarthy now to the inside line, builds it on through, trying to get some run there. McCarthy looking for a jump cut, trying to build it back up to get there with Warren and see if maybe this could be a close finish for them. Meanwhile, right behind all of them, Jeffrey Oaks and Chantel are still at it here. Jeffrey Oaks is currently on a long run setup in his mind, but I don't know about the fuel strategy here. How much fuel do they have in there, and do they have enough to finish this? Remember, they're working on about 50% of fuel, so they can't quite make any bobbles or mistakes there with that run. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan, though, you want to talk about a guy that's just desperately trying to fight back and cling on to life. The same with Cindy Taylor. 12 laps to go. They're trying for everything they've got here. Work them on by around out of turn 4 here. Cindy the closer. Taylor now moving on in, building up momentum. We've got just over 10 laps left in this one. Who is going to make the jump and who is going to take home this one? Jeffrey Oaks now was starting to close the gap. Looks like he's getting a better turn off turn 1 and 2 compared to the throttle. But Chantel not out yet. You can see that run there. Jeffrey kind of going in soft and easy and harder out. But it seems though turn 3 and 4, it's the complete opposite. He's kind of struggling to keep it through here. Might be slowing down a little bit, actually, to save up on gas and get this one figured out. 10 laps to go, 9 laps now in. We're going to see ourselves a finish to the end here. Shane Ledoux in the 55 is 5 seconds back, but he's starting to make ground up on both of them here. Might have a shot if he can figure it out. Turn on around turn 3, back on through turn 4 here. Jeffrey Oaks has never been in victory lane with the late models. He's looking to change that to nine! Oh! As Chantel, the throttle Pottle, takes a nice lick and a half here, unfortunately. And that might have just been the end of her race, unfortunately. What a tough break there. The car just tightened up too much, and it cost her dearly. She's not done yet, though. She managed to make a move around Shane Ledoux. Ledoux giving the opportunity away, and now Ledoux desperately trying to build up momentum there to get on around. Jeffrey Oaks still looking to try to finish this one out here. A tough move there and a big call there on his end, and even Chantel's to even figure out how to run the later half of this run here, but it seems to be working for both of them here. Jeffrey Oaks might have outsmarted and strategized a perfect run here. He's just saving on fuel and saving this one to the end here. Back on around we go here. They are at it here still. Jeffrey Oaks still trying to hang through it tough with this one. Does he have enough fuel in there? 5 laps left to go. That's fuel strategy, and that fuel run is starting to look more and more bleak by the minute here. As you see them work on by now. Robert Kahn, though, he's still got a good charge coming. He's not done yet. 4 laps to go. He's making quite a bit of ground up there, but does Jeffrey Oaks, he needs to start making turns a little bit better and hard him a little more. This could be an insane finish if all comes down to it. Cindy Taylor now works him on through, trying to build him up to get back into this. Through and through they go here. Cindy the closer. Taylor desperately trying to get up there. Robert Kahn with 3 laps left in this one. This is anybody's race to the end. If Oaksy makes a mistake, it's going to cost him. He's got to stay focused on that fuel. Robert desperately trying to cling on to what lever left he has in that car and try to build the tires in as hard as he can. Cindy the closer. Taylor gets a little hard there. Jeffrey Oaks into the wall there. 2 to go. Those tires are burnt in and they're burnt out of trouble. Robert Kahn is starting to build up the momentum. Into the wall he goes yet again. Robert's catching up. They'll come on around out of turn 3, back on in turn 4. Oaks is going to need to make a big move here. Here comes Robert. 1 to go. Robert Kahn makes the pass. Close. City the closer. Taylor gets slowed up there by Oaksy. They bring him on around out of turn 2 here. And that's again, somehow, someway, the fuel, the turns, and the strategy plays into Robert Kahn. He's taking this one home tonight. Cindy the closer. Taylor gets second. Once again, the bridesmaid. I don't know how many times I've said that about her. But Jeffrey Oaks, man, he had that one and unfortunately lost it in the later half of that one, costing the race win. But what a run to the end there for all these drivers, and what a battle throughout. What a incredible show here. Good run in for everyone. Top 10 there, as you see, some folks in pit road because of strategy, but that man right there, man, the 21 of Robert Kahn, managing to pull through and hang tight to the end, giving him the race victory and what he feels is much deserved after all the trouble he had been through this last couple weeks. What a run and what a night for him. What a showcase for these drivers. It's been a hard run to say the least here, and there were some good moments in between, but man, that was a hell of an ending. It's hard to believe that Robert was able to strategize and outmaneuver this one. Well, he done it again there. The Quaker State 21 there, Robert Kahn. Somehow, some way, he managed to pull this one on out and get the race win in. What a finish for him. That was crazy to say the least here. I am still stunned. That was I really did think and thought that Oaksy had that, or Chantel had that one. Chantel getting, unfortunately, into the wall. The tires were just too burnt up and just gone. And the same could be said for Oaksy there, and it cost them both dearly. And it ended up being tonight Robert Kahn's to lose. We're going to give these drivers a few seconds to get in here to the bowl booth here. I'm going to head down there and see if we can talk with them. But if they cannot talk with us here in a minute, then we will have to cut away from the broadcast because we only have about 15 minutes left before we're going to go and talk with the Blood Racing League. Well, currently nobody has joined us on in, so I think we're going to call it a night here. So once again, let's have a little word from our sponsors here. Thanks again to Matt Mills Racing Team for sponsoring us this season. Or, of course, Mid-City's Air Conditioning and Heating, at Affordable SEO and Marketing, Amber's Floral Creations LLC, Bob's Custom Trophies, and JobsCustomTrophies.com. Of course, they're supplying up the race winners of these two big pieces of hardware, so one for each series. SimRacingMerch.com, Pottlez Wrapz, and of course, Maconi Setup Shop. Thank you to everybody again for your support and dedication, and thank you everyone at home for watching us this season. We hope you guys enjoy this race here. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies right here on hold on a minute. Hold on. Alright, so I guess they joined us on in now. We'll give them this chance here. So real quick, Jeffrey Oaks has joined us on in. Jeffrey, you had that one to the end there, but it ended up costing you with going into the wall a few times. Are the tires just gone, bud?
It was at 8%. 8% was my right front at the finish. And, yeah, I mean, a couple mistakes, but just pushing it. But I can't complain with everything that happened throughout the race to come walk away at the third place finish. That was a good run at the end.
Yep.
I was 4 seconds behind the pack when we restarted on that last caution. 4 seconds. And I ran up to first place, so I can't complain.
Yeah, definitely not there indeed, but it ended up being, kind of just one of those race nights where you had fought all the way through, but it just didn't quite play out the way you were looking for. But who do you want to thank here for this one tonight, buddy?
My wife, PTM, Matt Mills Racing, Pottlez Wrapz, Mid-City Airs, and any of the other people that we got on here sponsoring us and doing everything that we do. It's a great group. I'm proud to be part of it. And let's go. Let's go.
Definitely indeed, man. All right. Well, nonetheless here, congratulations here, Jeffrey. We'll catch you next time right here on PTM Racing TV, buddy.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Oaks in the 20. And now let's go and talk with the race winner here tonight, Robert the Rattlesnake Khan. Robert, hard finish to the end and a good run throughout and through. How'd you feel about that one going into tonight? Your mic's not working, but I still can't hear you. As you can see, we still have some technical difficulties. Try it now. There you go.
What about now?
Yep, we're good.
That was a good race. The tires they wore like hell. I mean, you couldn't get any grip out there. But Oaksy, if he would have had about 2 or 3 more laps, that would have been his race. I didn't think I was going to catch him with 3 to go, but the tires were just falling off so quick. I think I was almost a second and 3/4 into a run. That's how much time I lost. So, but good race.
Absolutely indeed. Well, nonetheless, you still held out to the end. You still got a race win here. So who do you want to thank here for this one?
Maconi Setup Shop, Pottlez Wrapz. She makes some awesome wraps. Bob's Custom Trophies, Midland Heating and Air Conditioning, Matt Mills Racing. I appreciate everyone on board. It makes it that much more fun to show up and race.
Absolutely indeed. Well, nonetheless, you're the winner here tonight, and probably one of the most long-run setups I think I've seen in a while. That was a good run to the end. Congratulations there, Robert.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Thank you for what you do.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Robert Kahn in the 21. All right, guys, now we got to call it quits here tonight. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thank you again. Be safe. God bless. Take care. We'll see you here in a little bit. Give us about 14 minutes. Good night, everybody.